Jesus Christ, you people suck. Wow. Wolverine on it.
Back in the days when we played video games, it was hardcore for the nerdy and lazy. Now things have changed and all our video games are also for the casual and lady.
But that's okay, you know the score. We told you a million times before. Playing consoles, not just games, is in the past. And every week you listen to the best damn internet radio crew. It's the N4G podcast. It's the N4G podcast.
All right, it's time for another week. N4G Radio, episode 626 for November 9th, 2020. It's tomorrow, y'all. Next gen race console's gonna start coming out this week.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get mine.
Your credit card's gonna go,
Oh, mine has been dispatched.
Mine is, are you talking about your system? Did it just
My
happen?
Xbox has got an email this morning saying, I don't think it has been dispatched because it's Sunday, but I basically think they're all packing them up ready to go out tomorrow. So I got an email this morning saying it has been dispatched. Like, yes, motherfucker.
My PlayStation is from Amazon, so Amazon says it'll arrive Thursday by 8 p.m. And my Best Buy order just says getting it ready.
Well,
Yeah.
just if you're lucky in the UK, if you're getting a PlayStation, you got another week to wait.
Yep. Sucks.
That does suck. I mean, I'm not going to have a rant about it, but I think
What's the reasoning behind that?
Europe, because I don't know, but Europe's been. I mean, Australia was like it's launching in Australia on the 12th. I can only think it's to do with numbers because Europe has been good to Sony. You know, it's always been a very popular console over in Europe, especially in the UK. I can only think it's like, well, they had to service either the US or Europe on the first week, and obviously you're going to choose the US, so I reckon that might be why. Because I think the other countries that it's launching on like smaller territories, so unlikely to eat as much stock as you know UK would, and that week can make a big difference when it comes to production and shipping. So,
Yep. On the show this week, we have John, as you hear,
hello.
and we have Drew P.
Yeah, I'm here.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Nobody else is here. But it is an exciting week.
Is that why you were begging me on yesterday on the text
I
to come on?
didn't beg you. I text you and said, "Would you like to join us?" That's not begging. I gotta make sure on Saturday that I'm not sitting here Sunday afternoon at 11:55 going, "Are we gonna do a show? Are we gonna do a show?"
I'm only fucking with you. You know, I'll come on any time. As long as I'm not doing anything else, I'll always have time to come on here.
Well, you should always come on then. What's your excuse not to?
Well, you know, I just sometimes feel like people need a rest from the sound of my voice.
Anyway, I mean, they probably need a break from the sound of my voice, but tough shit.
You've only missed one
Congratulations,
episode.
you two, by the way. Congratulations.
Oh, we've been up there for a while, right?
What?
Did he say? I thought he said YouTube. He broke up.
I said congratulations, you two.
Oh, yes. So 2020 has been a shit year. And then, man, Saturday, November 7th happened, and that was a good day. And then November 12th is Xbox, and then, November 10th is Xbox, and November 12th is PlayStation. So second week of November is really fucking good.
When is Black Friday?
Day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but he doesn't know when Thanksgiving is. He's not in
Is
America.
that the last Thursday of the November, is it?
No, it's
26th this year, isn't it?
yeah,
Well, that would
maybe.
be the last Thursday and Friday of the month.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's 26th, so Black Friday's on 27th.
Okay, I get confused because obviously, although we don't have Thanksgiving over here, that doesn't stop retailers jumping on Black Friday. And
Black Friday's already going on over here.
yeah, I'm getting like Amazon's doing early Black Friday deals. I'm thinking, Oh, I'm sure that's not till the end of the month. That's a bit early, but yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, they've been doing that sooner and sooner.
Target's
But then,
doing
like,
it.
what
Best Buy's
annoys
doing
me-
it.
What annoys me is that Black Friday was a retail thing. Cyber Monday was the online thing. Amazon don't hijack Black Friday. That's a retail thing. Hey, you've got Cyber Monday. That was the whole point of Cyber Monday.
I mean, Best Buy.
Cyber Mondays are usually a joke, though.
Yes, I know. And to be fair, no one knows what Cyber Monday is. Everyone knows. Even we know what Black Friday is. So.
I mean, let's be fair. Best Buy hijacks Prime Day, so
Oh, did they really?
yeah,
Wow.
they called it the Amazon sale. That's what they called it.
I mean, they've got to come up with inventive things this year to balance the books, and they're all struggling a bit. I mean, we've gone into a second lockdown over here, so that's shit.
Hey, we might soon too, because
You've got a leader in charge who knows what they're doing. You mean, yeah.
Yeah, somebody with some sense.
Mm.
It helps.
It does.
All right.
Let's try to avoid political discussions on the
more
video game
discussion
podcast.
about it. I'm not. That's why I was just getting ready to say, Drew, it's time to talk video games, and we'll start with you.
Okay. So I played through and completed Dark Picture Chronicle Little Hope with Mr. Ken McGowan over here.
I call it Little Meh.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. So I didn't think the story was bad.
No, it's fine, except for the fact that, well, I'm not going to spoil anything.
I feel like they may be rushing these a little bit because this one had the most amount of glitches I've ever seen. Like I posted. I mean, it's on Xbox. So if you're friends with me on Xbox, you can see it. Like, so this whole town, mysterious town, is covered in a thick fog, almost like Silent Hill. I had a nice, probably 5-minute section where the fog disappeared, and it looks like it's daylight.
Best one.
And
Still
I'm
the
just like,
camera panning across the ground while the monster's thing is stuck in the tree.
there's obviously, it feels like they cut some corners maybe, because that's obviously a scene where it's supposed to be showing a dead body, but our character didn't die. So we're just slowly panning across the ground with nobody standing there.
It looked like the monster was like a double, like an actor, like struggling to get his weapon out of the tree.
His prop out of the tree. Yeah. Yeah. This definitely had way more glitches than their previous two outings.
Yeah. I got a section where we were playing and Drew triggered a cutscene while I was interacting with something, and then all of a sudden I couldn't interact with anything for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I had to sit there with that cutscene. You're like, what's going on? And I had to tell him what was going on in the cutscene because he couldn't see it.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
The game is kind of broken.
Yeah. I mean, we finished it. Took, what, about 4 hours maybe?
Yeah, it wasn't. I felt shorter than Man of Medan and definitely shorter than Until Dawn.
It was definitely shorter than Until Dawn. I would say it was maybe on par with Man of Medan. Man of Medan feels like it had a lot more exploration in it. Man of Medan also seemed like it took forever for it to actually start.
Yeah, it doesn't get good until like the end of the second, beginning of the third act.
Yeah.
But these aren't full price games, though, are they? They are lower in
They're
price.
$30. Yeah, they're $30.
Yeah, they're $30. I think that's the sweet spot for these type of titles. I mean, there is obviously we got a pretty bad ending, but yeah, we got only one person survived our endeavor.
Oh wow!
Yeah, out of what, 6 people?
Cool.
Was there 6 at the start? I thought there was only 5.
Let's see. You got John,
you got the
Andrew.
older woman, the younger woman, and the 3 dudes.
That's right. Okay, so there is
Yeah,
5.
so it was just 5.
So are deaths caused by the choices you make, or by failing to do quick time events?
Both.
Or failing to do something. Okay.
Both.
Yeah.
This one
much
definitely.
like Until Dawn, then, and Man of Medan. So,
Yeah, they definitely pushed choices in this game way more than they did, I feel like, in some of the other titles. In fact, I would go as far as to say there were way less. There were way less button prompts in this one than there were in the previous games.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, because it feels like only the last third of that game really had a lot of button prompts. and that's when things kind of ramped up. I mean, it starts off quicker, especially with like the scares and stuff like that. But I don't know.
I need to
Very
play.
interesting.
Me and Laura
Yeah.
started playing Man of Medan and didn't finish it. I need to kind of do that because we did have fun doing the character swap thing. Like I'd be like 3 characters and she'd be the other 3, and that was quite cool. And it seemed interesting enough. I think we just fell off of it a little bit, got interested in something else. I don't know, but I need to do that again because I like those type of games.
Yeah, well, Man of Medan and this one especially, the online co-op completely changes the game. Like I'm experiencing a different scene, different things going on than Ken is.
Yeah, isn't that like
They call it the curator's cut. So you can see everything, but you have to play it a second time if you're playing solo.
okay.
So I was technically playing the curator's cut while Ken was actually playing what the single player would be.
Yep.
Oh, it's a cool way of doing it, I guess.
They definitely they give you incentive to play it again, at least.
For sure.
And especially with all the different endings that you get.
Get a
and-
better ending.
yeah, no kidding.
Well,
Ooh,
I just don't know that I can go through that fucking mess again.
Or maybe they'll
It's a
patch it
mess.
out. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't
Just
remember
seems
Man
odd,
of
'cause I
Medan ever
take-
getting a patch, but
I take it it's the same engine as Man of Medan, so it's strange because I can't remember that being super buggy.
this is a lot more buggy than Man of Medan was.
there were a few in Man of Medan. It's like, all right, so bugs were actually rampant in this one. Man of Medan and this had the issue of you're watching a scene that's probably 2 seconds and it's just a person like looking, and then it cuts away and I'm like, what was that? You know,
Yeah,
it's obvious. It's the game thinking like, oh, this guy made this choice, so I need to show this and this. And it's almost like a load screen, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
It's solving the complexity of your decisions in real time, and I
Yeah.
get those parts. Those parts don't bother me. I'm like, yeah, that comes with the territory. But when like I'm watching me and Drew walk through a door, and then not being able to interact with items, and then some weird like cutscenes that we're not supposed to see, or stuff missing from cuts,
Yeah,
Or
it was a
that's
mess.
a problem.
when my character completely, there's a character on the floor, all right, getting killed, and my character runs by them, but in that split second cutscene, that dude is straight up just standing there,
Yeah,
like doing a T pose.
Wow.
yeah.
I'm just
It
like,
was-
what? Yeah,
It's a little messy.
I went back and watched that because you said was my guy just standing there, and I was like, maybe.
Yeah,
And
I thought I saw him just like standing there, like, what the fuck are you doing?
not only was he just standing there, he was T posing,
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
and I'm just like, yeah.
I get it.
It's
I-
okay. It was
fine.
okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. We had a fun time playing it.
I
you
will
know.
play the next one.
That's the thing. It's like then the next one comes out, I'm there day one because I like their games, and they tell decent stories. Like I kind of like the twist in this one. It was interesting to say the least.
It was something I did not see coming.
No,
For sure.
I did not either. But and they kind of did that with Man of Medan as well. And it's okay. It was okay. I just, if it was up to me, and I said this last night with Ken when we finished it, I was like, if it's up to me, they need to stick to let's release just one a year because it gives them time to fix these issues that we're having. This felt like it was like the beta of this game.
I also wonder how much this year had to do with that.
I'm sure it probably did.
So, I don't know. The next one looks interesting. I'd like to know what it's about.
Yeah.
I like the little teasers they give you at the end.
Yeah, they give you a teaser. Oh, and so I went back and looked. In Man of Medan, you find a premonition photo of Little Hope, and then Little Hope, you find a premonition of the next game.
Which is
Nice.
called something Ashes, right?
Desert of Ashes.
I don't remember. It has to do with
House
like
of Ashes.
Sumerian. It has to do with like Sumerian demons and gods and stuff. So,
Let's see here. Dark.
is it House of Ashes?
Hang on.
Okay, this makes good radio. That's why I was trying to fill in talking.
House of Ashes, yes.
Okay, there we go. At least it's not House of Wax. We don't need that.
No.
No one needs that.
All right, what else? What else is going on?
Well, let's see. Pikmin 3.
Oh yeah, that came out.
Yep, I got that for review. I'm playing that on the Switch. This is my first Pikmin game ever.
It's an interesting game.
Yeah, it's like I would call it a puzzle game, right?
Yeah, kind of mixed with like RTS elements and.
Yeah, it's definitely like a puzzle. You're given a situation and you've got these little creatures to solve it. And it's kind of like Overlord a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that comparison.
It's not much. It's not very action oriented though.
No.
It's more like just throw your Pikmin over here and let them do something.
Pikmin's also a game that I feel like a lot of people only need to play one of them, and that's probably all the Pikmin you'll ever need. I can't believe there are 3 of them.
No, apparently there's a 4th one coming, right?
I don't know if there's a 4th one coming, but yeah, I feel like I've played one Pikmin. I think I played Pikmin 2, and I just don't have any. Like, I liked it. It was fun, but I'm like, I don't need any more of. I kind of felt the same way about Overlord, to be fair. Like, I tried to play the second one. I was like, I don't need any more of this. It was fine.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about Pikmin 3. It's fine. It was, and it works really well handheld if you want to play it that way. It's not very complicated as far as controls go. So, I don't know what else to say about that game.
It was fucking Pikmin.
It's Pikmin. It's fine. It's okay. And it's on the Switch now, so you can take it on the go.
Sure.
And if you haven't played a Pikmin game before, you'll probably like this. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a neat game.
Yeah.
Not the strongest end to a year for Nintendo with Pikmin and Hyrule Warriors, but they're fun.
Is that out yet?
No, it's out November 20th, I want to say.
Gotcha.
But that's like their big game for the fall. So
Hyrule
Pikmin
Warriors
and then
2.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I played a lot of Sunset Overdrive for Phoenix Down. And that's about it.
All right. John?
Not a huge amount, to be fair. Been working a bit too hard recently, so I've been spending more time there than I want to, which has eaten into my game playing time. But I played a little bit of Watch Dogs Legion, only a little bit.
I had to stop playing that game.
Why?
Because my Xbox sounds like a fucking PS4 Pro.
What, playing Spider-Man?
Yeah, like it's like as soon as you're in game, it's just.
It needs that next gen push. That's what that needs.
Hey, I didn't have to review the game, so I immediately just like start, save, quit. I'll hit you on Tuesday.
Well,
ray tracing on Tuesday.
Yes, I've heard it's meant to look quite nice. I played a little bit of it. Again, I'm similar to you. I've actually got rid of my Xbox now, so it's been wiped, and I played a little bit of it. The one problem that I have with it, and again, I can't really speak to the game. I played if anyone's played it, I got to the hideout. That's pretty much as far as I got. So you play an opening tutorial mission, you pick your character, you do a couple of things with your character, and then they they sort of guide you to the hideout, and that's where I get. So I maybe only played an hour of it, but the dialogue of the main character, and I guess this has to come from this whole any character is playable kind of thing. The main dialogue is just so dull. I think it's also a kind of a knock-on effect from the voice acting. The voice acting for the character that I randomly chose, the accent was a bit it was like, I think they were trying to be like if you're English, you'll know what a Brummie accent is. But someone from Birmingham, it was kind of like that accent, but it was slightly off, and that threw me off a little bit, which felt weird. And it was just that there wasn't a great level of interaction with the character. I will be interested to see how that goes when I start picking up more recruits. I think when I played that, there was one person I bumped into, and you can go up to pretty much any character, and there'll be a prompt for you to try and get them to recruit them, and it'll be you get a mission and you do the mission, they'll join it. It'll be interesting to see how the dialogue, because that seems to be the big thing. The dialogue is throwing me. I wonder how that will be as I progress through the game. But it seems cool. It looks pretty, even on an X. I'm sure it'll look super nice on the Series X. But I can't really give much of an in-depth opinion from as little as I've played. But it seems cool.
Yeah, Anthony went deep into it last week, and he seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah. I kind of I know that they're changing it up with each of the iterations, kind of tonally, and I get that, and that's actually, I think, a good thing. I like the idea. Some sequels can be a bit bland and more of the samey, but I like the idea that the first one was a bit gritty, didn't go over so well. So with the second one, they came in with a different approach, a little bit more tongue in cheek, a little bit more shiny and happy, and that worked well. I thought 2 was a great game, and the characters were really good. And this moved to this kind of dark future, kind of dark mirror future of London, especially being in England, and being London, it's a little bit of an extra, a little more special for me, kind of thing. But I like the fact that it's different. It does change things up, but I'm hoping it does continue. And if Ant's enjoying it, I'm sure I will. I think that's everything that I've played that's of any note. I continue to play. I haven't played any Fortnite for a while, but I do continue to play Binding of Isaac, of course. I think that's it. Oh no, I tell you what I did pick up. This is an old game, I think, and that's the Warhammer Inquisitor game.
Oh, yeah. I know
that's not very good.
It takes like an hour and a half to understand everything that game does and get into a groove of it, and it's not very well. Doesn't show you the ropes too well, because it's a little bit of a Diablo thing, where you've got this isometric view. You're a character, one of 4 you can choose from. Each of them have their own special bits and pieces, attacks and weapons and stuff like that. But it kind of throws you into this game. Doesn't really give you much of a direction to go. I was kind of guessing where the next part was, because it kind of, you do the first mission and it throws you out to this big open screen, but it doesn't sort of say, here, this is part 2, this is the next bit you need to go to. It kind of, you just have to figure it out. There's a lot of text in it, like a lot. And I know that Warhammer is an incredibly rich and detailed universe of lore. I mean, it's huge. And I get this, that this, for fans, they probably, get very excited about all of the little, I'm sure, nods to the universe that's in these games, but it is a lot to take in. It just made me want to play some more Diablo, to be fair. Yeah, I think Warhammer games, the ones that seem to resonate most, like commercially, are the ones that have the lore there, but are not as menu driven and dense as some of these other ones are.
Space Marine one was quite good, wasn't
it? The Space Marine one was, and Drew did one. I think it was called Chaos Bane, which was
that's a Warhammer regular game.
Yeah, that's
but it's still in
that's
the Warhammer universe.
Yes.
and that's also a bit of a Diablo clone. But I enjoy
It is.
Chaos
It is
Bane.
like Chaos Bane is very straightforward, whereas Inquisitor is very dense in its like menu systems.
Yeah. So I played a bit of that. I doubt I will go back to it because again, there are better Diablo clones out there,
Well, if
including
you're gonna play
Diablo.
Diablo clone, just fucking play Diablo 3, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To be
Play the
fair.
best.
But it was on Game Pass, so it was like not Game Pass. It was I must have picked it up on Games with Gold because it was in the Games with Gold menu of my Xbox. So I thought I'll give it a try, and so it didn't cost me anything. So I'm not gonna grumble too much. But that's it. That's all I've played. Yeah, next week's gonna be Assassin's Creed. I think I'm gonna pick that up and see what that looks like.
All right. Well, I'll blast through these indie games, and it's almost like this collection that I played this week was like, we know you're not going to play these for very long, so here's some not so great or not very interesting games. I did download Knights and Bikes because it was on Game Pass. I think that game is neat. It's not for me.
What is it?
It's a Double Fine published game. Kind of got like a tearaway style art, like cardboard cutout kind of characters. It's a very story driven, like adventure game.
Okay.
Like a couple of kids. One of them's like a pirate. It's fine. I've heard from people that the story is very heartwarming and good, but like the gameplay just wasn't really clicking with me. I don't really care much for adventure games unless they have a real, I almost want to say like comedic or like cartoony hook to them. And I just wasn't feeling this one. I'm sure it's great. The first indie game I played this week is called Speed 3 Grand Prix. And like looking at it in a screenshot or a box art, you're like, oh, it's an indie game. But then you like hear it's like, oh, well, it's an arcade game, and you're like, oh, this could be fun. And I booted it up, and holy shit, whoever designed this game, y'all left about, I want to say, 35 to 40 of the frames missing out of your 60 frame per second game. Holy shit, this game runs like garbage. I mean, this is bad. Bad running game. And if you ever played a racing game that runs sub 30,
Eesh.
you just delete it.
Hmm.
You just delete it. I don't care. The next game I played is a game called Ord. And it is literally a text adventure where you are presented with a statement, and then you can pick from anywhere between 2 to 4 options to kind of choose your own adventure type story. I played it for about 20 minutes, and that's literally all it is. Just same story. The next game I played is a third-person War of the Worlds story called Gray Skies. Now, when I first started playing it, I was like, okay, you're doing some interesting stuff here. It's clear that whoever made this game has a background in film, because there was definitely some like sequences that felt very cinematic, perfect camera cuts, things like that. And then it kind of flashes back and forth between like, well, this is when the alien invasion happened. Now let's go back a week, and here's what you were doing right before the, like it was interesting to me. And then it goes to the third scene, and it's you walking through the wreckage of a like passenger plane. There's this real good song playing, and it's real cinematic. And then all of a sudden, my game started like flashing some funky colors on the screen. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna get crazy. And then my Xbox went. Oh, fucking game just like shut my Xbox down.
I hate when that happens.
So I was like, well, I gotta trade this thing in next week. I'm not gonna play that game again. So, yeah, I don't know that I'll ever boot that thing back up. The next game I played is called Switch and Shoot. It is a vertical shmup. Now the hook is that you literally use one button to play this game, so you can just use the A button. And you're probably wondering, well, how does that work with a vertical shooter? So your ship is constantly moving either left or right, and every time you shoot a bullet, you switch direction.
Oh, weird.
And it's one of those games that just goes. Like, you don't have levels, you don't have this, you don't have that. You just go until you die. So I tried to play it, and all I can say is I fucking suck at this game. I kept trying to keep my ship like in the middle so I could react quicker, and just like I just couldn't. It's a cool idea. I think it's a neat take on the vertical shooter. I'm not exactly sure how much it is, but if it's more than like $5 or $7, then I wouldn't even bother. But if it's in that range, it's something that might be interesting to check out. The next game I played is called Yestermorrow. It is a 2D, kind of reminded me of Fez, like the artwork design, like pixelated, but also kind of like really granular pixelation. It seems to have, I mean, I could compare it to like a million indie side-scrolling games. Reminds me of Owlboy. It reminds me of kind of a Zelda game. It reminds me of Fez. Like, so many comparisons, and I feel like that it's another one of those. And it's, I mean, if I kept playing it, I'm sure it would be fine. Because it plays good, jumping feels good, story seems interesting, so. The next game I played is terrible. It's called Autobahn Police Simulator 2.
Oh, boy.
That game is fucking, oof. That's like baby's first driving simulator or something. Don't.
Fisher Price.
Yeah, don't play that game. Like, if you can find a video of like when you're walking around in the police station talking to people, you should watch that video, because the people have those mouth movements that look like they're like fucking broken or something. Like their mouths open really wide when they talk. Like, wow, wow, wow. It's a bad video game. Do not purchase this game. Dark Sauce was the next game. You're a pig with dynamite strapped to your back, and you have to complete the level. It's basically just a little puzzle platformer. Go to level, go to level, go to level kind of thing. If you touch anything, obviously the dynamite explodes. It's fine. Persephone is a grid-based movement puzzle game where, you have to move to the end of the stage in a certain amount of moves. The catch of this game is one of the darkest things I've ever seen in my life. So your character has so many, I don't want to say moves, because in a lot of these games you get like, you need to finish this level in 6 moves. Instead, in this game, you have so many copies. So let's say you need to get across a platform that has spikes in it. You just fucking toss your body in there, and then you can climb over your dead body. But you only get so many bodies to make it to the end of the stage. Kind of
Gotcha.
fucked up. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. It's neat, but at the same time, it's just kind of disturbing in a way.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it definitely is. The next game is Dead Dungeon. That's fucking Super Meat Boy. Not as good. It's exactly the same fucking game. Like, even when he dies, he leaves fucking red goo all over the ground. Memoranda is a point-and-click game. It's fine. Is it just me? Has there been a lot of video games lately with like anthropomorphic animal people? Like, I feel like I've seen that as a theme in at least like 1 or 2 games a week.
Played Spiritfarer, and that was like that.
Yeah, there's also like I saw a preview on Xbox this week of a game like a chicken cop or something, where you play as a rooster cop, and there's like cat people, and I think I need to look up the name of this game because I remember watching it, and
Is it called Chicken Cop, or are you just saying that?
It's called, hold on, I'm pulling it up. Chicken Police Paint It Red. That's what it's called.
Okie doke.
If nothing else, go watch the trailer, because it tries to be a really like adult-themed noir style story, but you're a fucking rooster.
Chicken Police.
Chicken Police Paint It Red. That's what it's called. Came out this past week on Xbox. But I've seen a lot of games.
Oh my god.
I told it right.
This looks like they just straight up like photoshopped animal heads onto human beings.
It's creepy. Have you watched the trailer?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch the trailer, because it's like there's a cat like trying to seduce you, and you're a chicken. I don't know if that's like metaphorical. If you're following me, Anybody get that? Follow that?
I mean, yes, I get that.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm making sure my joke is understood. No, but Memoranda has like duck people in it, so that's why it made me think of that. I played another game like last week that had anthropomorphic people in it, and I remember Anthony really liked that that cat detective game a couple months ago. I remember.
Sad.
Yeah, Black Sad. Like, seems like there's a lot of animal people in video games right now. A couple more quick ones. Pangeon is a first-person dungeon crawler. Pretty straightforward. Then the last game is Red Rope Don't Fall Behind. You play as two characters. One you control with each of the analog sticks, or you can play co-op with a friend. And then you have to wrap this red rope around people to defeat them. It's interesting, but it's really hard to play by yourself. Now, I wanted to get through those quick because I got a few big games. First up, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I've been playing that.
I forgot that was coming out.
Right? It's out tomorrow.
Shit.
Yeah. It's still good. I mean, that game was probably the best that Need for Speed was kind of after... You remember when Need for Speed kind of changed. So, like, I still like this game a lot. Like, it's real fast. It looks real good now that they've up-resed it to, like, 4K. The cop modes are still the best modes, and they're super fun to do. Obviously, you can't use your iPad to drop spike strips anymore, like you used to be able to do. So, but no, that game is still really good. I'm surprised it's not enhanced for the new consoles. FYI, it's an Xbox One / PS4 game. So.
Because I know that EA announced some games. Isn't that going to be one that's going to get touched up eventually, or did they?
No, that was not in their list of games being upgraded. We'll talk about that later because it's weird that they're upgrading Star Wars on Xbox but not PS5.
Was that the weird. Squadron?
Yeah, Rogue Squadrons or whatever it's called.
Maybe that's something to do with the VR thing. Because it's
got
VR mode on
it. You can't play the VR mode on the PS5 version anyway, John, remember?
Well, you can on PS4. You can play it. You can play the PS4 version.
Well, you can play the PS4 version, but that's not the one that's getting upgraded. Once it's upgraded to PS5, you can no longer play the PS5 version in VR.
True, yeah.
Which is still fucking weird to me. But anyway, I digress. I probably will not hook up my PSVR even though I ordered that little cable, like the free one that they're supposed to send us. I ordered that, so...
From all accounts, I think Sony have just killed VR anyway. So
quietly, but yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I played Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon.
Oh, how is it?
That game is so fucking good. If you don't buy it, I'll punch you. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
So how does its combat work?
So think of it like Persona.
You can move around, right?
Yes, you can move around, but it doesn't really do anything.
But can could you get out of a way of an attack?
You have to press the B button for a perfect guard.
Gotcha.
Yep. So you can perfect guard when an enemy goes up to attack you, and they very much telegraph when they're going to attack, like they glow when they're going to attack. So you just have to know how, the button timing of the prompts for that. But this game, imagine the old Yakuza games in a new engine with even more shit to do.
Don't.
Now, granted, the biggest concern coming into this game, and I'm sure it's everybody's biggest concern, is like, it's not Kiryu. It's not Majima. Like, those characters are not here. The new character, it took me a little bit, but I like him. I do like him. And I do like... One of the things that, going back to playing this, it had been a while since I had started a Yakuza game from the beginning. That team really takes the time to build a world and a story. Like, I think it took me 3 to 4 hours to get into the actual game. So, like, everything you've seen of Yakuza 7 shows, the 4 people that you're playing with.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen for, like, 4 hours.
So build your team.
Well, no. No. You get Ichi's story in the first 4 hours, like his origin.
Oh, okay.
So, and I mean, it goes so far as to like show the upbringing of his patriarch, to why you got mixed up with this patriarch, why you did, because eventually, like the beginning of the game is real dark. Like you go to prison for like 18 years, and you get to play as Ichi before he goes to prison, and then kind of the game really kicks off when he gets out of prison and starts his journey, which is hilarious because if you've played Yakuza so far, a lot of it takes place in the past. When Ichi gets out of prison, it's like 2018. So like he's in modern fucking Kamurocho when he gets out. So, but
So I one of the things that made Yakuza so good was that Kiryu, or I've always called him Kazuma because I played the first game and it was in English,
mhm.
and they all called him Kazuma.
This one's in English too, by the way.
But Kazuma was the straight man in this whole thing. Sure, he had some goofy moments, but he was always so stoic and serious. Even if things went crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of endeared me to that, is because I think the world of Yakuza is batshit bonkers, but he is so straight laced, and it's like oil and water, and it works really well.
This new guy seems like the opposite of Kiryu.
He absolutely is. I think the best description, I don't want to steal this because it isn't mine, the best description of the new character, which his name is Ichiban Kasuga, by the way. And they call him Ichi in the game. The best description of Ichi is like, he seems like a dude, Kiryu would have like whooped his ass on the street in one of the original games. Like that's what he seems like he is. But you really start to like him. And what I really like about this game is that it just fucking leans into the stupid. So check this out. You know how you fight people in Yakuza and it always pops up like street goons or Yakuza, like telling you what they are? Early in the game, you run into this guy that gives you, and I'm not even joking, it's a goddamn Pokédex. He gives you a Pokédex that in turn, as you start fighting these enemies, it logs them.
Registers who you fought.
And it gives you like the info about them in the Pokédex. Also, you know why this game is turn-based? There's a narrative explanation for it. It's because Ichiban is obsessed with Dragon Quest to the point that there's like a whole storyline about the Dragon Quest game, and that's how he sees the world when he fights. Is like a Dragon Quest game.
Did they name Dragon Quest?
Yes, they talk about it. He's like, "Why do you like Dragon Quest?" Like they have a whole conversation about Dragon Quest
in a Sega game.
Yeah.
How did they get away with that?
I mean, I'm sure it's like respect in Japan. Sega said, "Hey, we're going to mention your game and name drop it and stuff," and Square Enix is like, "Sure," you know what I mean? That kind of deal. But yeah, he literally, that's why you take turns in battle, is because that's how he sees the world. What's that? I can't hear you, John.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. That's fantastic. But I mean, how we've had 6 games with Kiryu.
7. You forget 0 is not a number.
Oh, 0. Yes. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, 0 as well. Is Ichi a long term? Do you think has he got the staying power that he had? Do you think this combat style has got the staying power that the brawling style had for the first 7 games?
I mean, the first time you summon a fucking lobster,
you summon.
Board. Yeah, there's summons in the game. Like Final Fantasy stuff. You can summon like fucking lobsters.
Oh, okay. I mean,
yeah. I mean, come on, John.
Yeah, I really want to play this game.
It's really fucking good, Drew. It's really good. It's so good. It's going to be up there. It's going to be up there in my games of the year. Absolutely, 100%.
Wow.
So, yeah, I can't. And here's the nicest thing about this game. If you're listening to this and you're going, "I've never got into Yakuza, can I jump in here?" This is a total side story. or I don't want to call it a side story. It makes it sound like a DLC or something. This game is like 70 fucking hours. Okay, this is not connected to Kiryu. You'll just appreciate the world because you do spend some time in Kamurocho, and you actually do go other places, but you do spend time in Kamurocho.
Do they reference Kazuma at all?
I haven't seen it, but I don't know. I've heard back and forth. I'm sure there's probably at least a nod to him in there.
There's got to be in there, especially
Yeah.
since
Surely he's
Day
got to be like a
One
god summon or something, right?
Yeah, but you got to remember this takes place in 2018. At least past the tutorial. Like, I don't know if they do any more like flashbacks and stuff throughout the game. They do, but what I'm saying is I don't think you go back for a substantial amount of time. And if I remember correctly, and I don't want to spoil anything, Yakuza 6 was in like the late 80s, early 90s.
So it's a past game as well?
Yakuza, it always was. Don't you remember the side quests in Yakuza where like Kiryu would like discover like a cell phone, like the big fat cell phones?
Well, nah, Yakuza 3 and 4 took place in quote-unquote modern times when they came out.
I never played those, so I can't answer that. I know Yakuza 0 and Kiwami took place in like the 80s, I think.
No, well, the first part of Kiwami took place in the 80s. Then he goes to prison for like 20 years, and then he gets out, and it's supposed to be like a fish out of water.
Okay, well, I've never finished Kiwami, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
Zero is the only one I've played for like 60 hours, and then now Yakuza 7.
Yeah, so spoiler alert for Yakuza 0, it ends with him going to prison.
I mean,
Well,
Kiryu's
yeah.
story has been around for a very long time. Let's be fair. And let's also be fair. The stories are good, but the ending is not why you play them. The journey is as good as the ending.
Yes.
So don't let any Yakuza stuff. Oh, god damn, no.
Oh, actually,
What?
yeah.
Don't go on Twitter right now. Oh, god, 2020 I thought was going to be good.
What happened now?
Alex Trebek just died.
Oh,
Just so you know, Yakuza 6 is set in 2016.
Alex Trebek died.
I don't know who he is.
Fucking hosted Jeopardy?
We don't have Jeopardy over here.
That show's been around for like 40 years. You'd think you'd have heard of it.
No, I think I've heard of it.
Man, fucking Connery and then Trebek?
Yeah, Connery sucked. That was horrible.
Man, it's been such a good weekend until now.
But at least he stayed alive to see it happen. Get Trump out.
God bless. That makes me sad now. Okay. Go back to Yakuza conversation. I mean, is there anything else you want to know about the game? Like I said, I can't recommend it enough. I don't want to say a bunch of other stuff because there's so much shit in this game to discover.
I am happy. I think I'm in on this, but I think I'm gonna play it.
is the voice acting pretty good?
Yeah, the voice acting is surprisingly good. Like I really enjoy a lot of the characters in this game, and it's nice not to have to read subtitles in a Yakuza game because I've always read subtitles in a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
So.
Except for the original.
Oh, I didn't play the original. I played Kiwami for like an hour.
The original was fantastic. Majima played by Mark Hamill.
He popped up in. I played a little bit of Full Throttle. He's like the secondary character in that game.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which, by the way, all three of those games, the Double Fine, Full Throttle, Grim Fandango, Day of the Tentacle, are on Game Pass. Go play them.
Not a big fan of those games.
Really? That's like the only point and clicks I like outside of Leisure Suit Larry, and no, it's not for the obvious reasons why I like Leisure Suit Larry.
I just don't really like point and click adventure games, I don't think.
I don't either, but for some reason I like that LucasArts trilogy, and I like Leisure Suit Larry games.
I remember playing Maniac Mansion back in the day.
Yeah, I booted up Day of the Tentacle, and I like the immediate reference to the mansion. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, the last game I played, Embargo drops 6 a.m. tomorrow, so I will talk about it. I'm not going to review it because I'm going to hold my review for the Series X, in part because I want to play it there, and also in part because I've only played like 10 hours of it, and it's a fucking Assassin's Creed game. So I feel like I need, a few more double-digit hours into this title.
Sure.
But it's good. It's a good video game. John, there's something really going on with your mic because I'm like hearing you really distant so much of the time.
Sorry.
No, I don't want to miss what you're saying. Is what I'm saying.
I'll try and speak louder.
It's fucking Assassin's Creed. I mean, it is.
In a good way or a bad way, because they have been bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just totally put it on the recent scale. So Origins, I thought, was a really good comeback around. Like Assassin's Creed is really good again.
Right.
I think Odyssey is the pinnacle of that.
Still?
Yes.
Hmm.
I think Valhalla is not as good as Odyssey. But again, I've only played 10 hours.
Why do you say that immediately?
So, a couple of things. Number one that you're going to need to know is this game has a stamina bar for combat. If it had a stamina bar for climbing, I would hate it. I don't even know that I could get over that. Like, it worked in Zelda because of the design of the world. In Assassin's Creed, there will be times where you're climbing for what seems like forever. And if I had to manage stamina, that would suck. But your horse has stamina, and you have stamina in combat.
So I'm assuming you're doing a lot of blocking in Valhalla.
Yes, and the combat still feels good. It still has the lock-on mechanic where you're attacking light attacks with the right bumper, heavy attacks with the right trigger.
Oh God, is that how it's been in Odyssey?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Since Origins, they changed up the combat system to be more, for want of a better word, Dark Soulsy.
I did not know that. I have not played any of those games.
Yeah, they use the right trigger and bumper for combat. And they, like John said, have been using it for the last 3 games, and it's the same here. And a lot of that
change it though. I think, can't you? You can put them back on the face buttons, but
you can. But the reason why they do that is because you use the face buttons for things like blocking. The powers in this game are not quite like they were in the last one. Just letting you know now. There's a lot. The thing about Valhalla is there's a lot carried over, but there's a lot changed. So they brought over the gear system, so you can pick up gear and you can see the stats on it. You can slot gems in it. You can upgrade it with resources. But now you have a power level instead of like a XP level. So as you equip gear,
Destiny.
yeah. So as you equip gear, your power level goes up. But also you do have a skill tree that has 3 branching paths. One of them is for like straight attack. That's the red tree. Then you've got the stealth tree, and then you've got the ranged tree because again you do have a bow and arrow again. So you can upgrade that. Your bird is there, so you can still use the bird, which is very helpful. They do lean into the Brotherhood stuff early on. I will say that much.
one thing that's kind of...
Well, you're going to have to repeat that because I didn't catch the first part.
Sorry, I was going to say, because they kind of... It seems to me anyway that they kind of put the whole Assassin's Creed Brotherhood like on the back burner the last few games.
Yes, absolutely. But this one right out of the gate. They're there. You're talking to them and they give you your blade. Your wrist blade.
Oh, the blade is back, yes.
Yes. So your character gets the blade very early on.
I think that was in direct comparison. I think that was in direct answer to... Because a lot of people were annoyed that the blade was missing from Odyssey, even though you had something that was akin to it. I think that's part of the whole Assassin's Creed thing. Having the blade the blade shouldn't be taken away.
Maybe not, but let's be fair. Odyssey is my favorite Assassin's Creed game, and ain't no blade there.
So was there a lot of sneaking and killing people in Odyssey, or no?
That's the nice thing about Odyssey is that was totally on you.
Okay, so I'm assuming Valhalla, which since they gave you the blade back, you may be doing a good amount of sneaking and assassinating people?
Yes, in one of the first tutorial missions, it teaches you how to sneak past people and into buildings. So there is definitely... So
they back the blending in and sitting down shit, didn't they?
Yes, so They even brought back the put your hood up. Remember that?
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a proper Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, so you can put your hood up by holding down on the D-pad and selecting the hood. You can sneak into areas. Like, if it gives you an example when you start an Assassin's Creed game, it always gives you the accessibility options, like how difficult do you want the combat, how difficult do you want the exploration. There is a stealth difficulty in this game as well. So,
Wow.
yeah, they've definitely kind of gone back to that, a lot of the old tropes from the Assassin's Creed games. And granted, there's going to be a lot of people that like that, but I think there's also going to be a lot of people that are like, well, I kind of like Odyssey.
I did like Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was. It had the kind of the sort of modern feel of Origins, but it didn't take itself as seriously as because I found Origins, although I thought Bayek was a good character, they very much played it straight, and I felt that they were a little bit more lighthearted with Odyssey. But I do miss the modern story. That I do miss them. We had a whole Desmond thing, which obviously got sort of a line drawn under it in Assassin's Creed 3. But it's like since then they've not really the overarching, Templars versus Assassins and the Eden stuff and end of the world stuff kind of got brushed under the carpet, and was more of a just like an afterthought in most cases. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because again, the strength of the main game is the important thing, and in most cases, with the odd exception, the characters that you're actually playing, are generally really good and really strong. But it's still, there was that thread linking them, and there was this story that you were following from game to game that they've just lost, and I really wish they got back to something, got back to that in some way. Whether this is a game, I don't know.
That stuff is there. I will tell you that much. I will not tell you how much it is actually in there.
Was it in Odyssey and Origins? Like, did you go to the
very little?
present
Yeah,
day?
you kind of at the beginning, and then every so often you'd pop into the modern day stuff, but it was an afterthought. It really was. Your main focus was the characters that you were playing in the Animus. The modern day stuff, again, they lost their way with that a long time ago, and it is a shame, because it was a really interesting story, I thought, anyway.
Yep, they've definitely gotten away from that stuff. It's stupid, but I think one of my favorite implementations was in Black Flag, where you're walking around in first person at a video game company. I thought that was
Making Black Flag.
Yeah, making the Black Flag game, which is fucking
that was a bit meta. But that was the last time they really did anything with that. That was, of any substance anyway. So, and that still had links, because I think one of the characters in the modern day was like Sean Hastings from the original games. So, it'll be.
So can somebody do this for me? Ken, give me your top 3 Assassin's Creed games.
Brotherhood, Odyssey, Black Flag.
So Brotherhood better than Odyssey?
No. Odyssey's my favorite.
Okay.
If I had to rate them 1, 2, 3, it'd probably be Odyssey, Brotherhood, Black Flag.
Okay. John, how about you?
Brotherhood. This is in order. Brotherhood, Syndicate, and I would probably say 2.
So is everybody pretty much in agreement that Assassin's Creed 3 and which one was the one that took place in France?
Unity
are the worst ones?
Unity is a bad game, like glitch-wise, and it feels like an Assassin's Creed game that just never found its footing.
That was cross-gen, wasn't it? That was that bridged generation, wasn't it?
No, that one's only on Xbox One and PS4. The game that came out for 360 and
that
PS3.
Was the first one, wasn't it?
It was Rogue.
No, the first one.
It was Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the first.
It was the first next gen version.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think they got over ambitious. I think with that one.
Yeah. It finally runs well on the
was
Series
when it was in
X.
between.
Black Flag was between was the PS4.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Rogue was apparently the better of those games.
I think Black Flag is better than Rogue.
Well, I meant like between that
between Unity and yeah. Rogue is fine, but it's entirely forgettable.
Yeah, and it has no real hooks to the main story, like the main story arc.
Yeah, it's fine, but now 3. Here's my problem with 3, Drew. 3 is a good game. It just takes too fucking long to get its point across.
Yeah,
tutorial's about 5 hours long.
I played a lot of 3. In fact, I reviewed it on the PC, and I thought it was okay. But like you said, it was just a long, drawn-out game that took forever for anything to happen in it.
The story in it is amazing. Like, Connor as a character is still top-tier Assassin's Creed characters. Like, he's up there with Ezio. But it takes so long to get his story, regurgitated out. Just it drags that game down.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you the fucker's name in Unity. I know it takes place in Paris, but I have no idea what the protagonist's name was.
Who was the protagonist of Syndicate?
That was the
That
brother
was
and
Jacob
sister.
and Evie.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yep, the brother and sisters.
Gotcha.
Fry.
And then
Jacob
Edward
and
Kenway was in Black Flag, which he was the spoiler.
So, he's the father of Hatham.
Yeah,
Was-
which
yeah,
was the bastard father of Connor.
Honor.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah. So, like, I remember every protagonist from Assassin's Creed except Unity. I have no idea what the fucker's name is. Because
Which one is the most modern one? Syndicate?
Yeah, that was the 1800s, I
it's
think.
Jack the Ripper times, right?
Yeah, so that would have been the most
1800s. Yeah.
chronology. Yeah.
I kind of want to boot Unity up because I heard on Series X it finally runs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
only
they
if
said
you've
they
got the
fixed it.
original.
Well, no.
Unpatched.
It's not fixed now on, like, if you play it on Xbox One X, it still stutters and lags.
Oh, great.
But apparently on Series X, it finally runs at 60 and it is smooth.
But they've got a frame cap rate limit on it for 30.
No, I thought Digital Foundry said that it's unlocked to
That's-
60.
Yeah, only unpatched. So they
Oh.
play the disc version, which hasn't got the patch. The first patch they put out for it limited the frame rate to 30 to stop some of the problems. So when they tested it, when it ran flawlessly, it was on a disc version without it being patched.
Oh, well. I don't care
So,
enough about that game to care.
Well, it would be nice. A lot of these games got those limiters on there. That would be nice if developers went in and just turned them off for those that got the Series X, just so you could give them a go.
I hope they unlock Odyssey. That one has the best chance because it's the newest.
Yeah.
Because I want to play the rest of the DLC. I finished the main story, like the first of 3 main stories. I finished the first one. But I'd go back and play that game.
That's the thing.
100%.
Is like I own every single Assassin's Creed game, and I have only played to completion 1 and 2.
If you're only going to play one, Drew, just boot up Odyssey and play it.
That's what.
He's good.
The thing is like I really want to play Origins though.
Don't.
Origins
If you're
is-
gonna
again,
play
Origins is good.
Origins is good, but if you're going to play it first.
That's
play
what
Odyssey first.
That's what everybody told me, and that's why I haven't played Odyssey. And I really want to get to Odyssey because
I got news for you. Origins ain't no short game.
I'm sure it's not. That's the
Mhm.
thing. It's like they're all long games, and I never have time to play any of them.
The nice thing about Assassin's Creed games is it can be your Overwatch. You can play it for 20 minutes or you can play it for 2 hours. And you'll feel accomplished.
Okay.
But no, that's really what I've been playing a lot of. Let's talk about this week. And we only get to do this like every so many years.
Mm-mm.
But here's a special edition of what's out this week. We're going to start with the old stuff. This is stuff that's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Then we'll do Switch, and then we'll look at the PS5/Series X. So this week we've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Borderlands 3 Designer's Cut, Dead Cells The Prisoner's Edition, Destiny 2 Beyond Light. As you can imagine, a lot of these are being re-released because, well, there's new consoles. Fuser is a new game. That's the new Harmonix rhythm game. My Universe Cooking Star Restaurant. Planet Coaster, making its console debut. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Slide Stars. Speed 3 Grand Prix, which I talked about earlier, came out on Xbox last week. Don't buy it. Train Sim World 2 Collector's Edition. Here's one I bet you thought that you forgot was coming out this week. 13. Remember that game?
I thought that got delayed again till next year.
No, it's November 10th.
The
Shit.
remaster of 13.
Remake is what they're calling it.
Oh, so
I
they're
want to play that
remaking it.
game. I'm sure they said that got delayed again.
No, I talked to PR last week.
Wow. Now that
No.
looks... I love that game. David Duchovny was in that.
Well,
I don't know
he's
if he's
not
in the remaster.
He's not in the remake.
Ah,
Really?
it's a
So they
shame.
didn't bring him back for that, huh?
I mean, it's not a big publisher, so.
Nah,
Gotcha.
probably can't afford him.
Hey, everybody, Bug Snacks is out this week.
What the
Yakuza,
hell is that game?
I don't know yet. They ain't been allowed to talk about it, so I couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yakuza Like a Dragon. PS4, Xbox One, Series X, not PS5 version yet. Interesting story about Yakuza Like a Dragon. So it's not coming out on PS5 this week, okay? It has been delayed indefinitely, possibly canceled for Xbox Series X in Japan.
Why, though?
What?
Couldn't tell you.
That's
idea.
just weird.
Yeah. Death Come True, Esports Life Tycoon, Family Feud, Farming Simulator 19 Alpar Farming Expansion, Just Dance 2021, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, The Pathless, Unturned, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, Let's Sing 2021, and The Sims 4 Snow Escape.
Completely forgot Call of Duty was this week.
Call of Duty's out this week. All right.
Completely forgot.
So those are all PlayStation
PS4.
4 and Xbox One,
I'm checking
with the
for more.
exception of Miles Morales and
No,
Sackboy.
that's PlayStation 4 as well.
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
We've been over that. On Xbox, we're also getting Beat Me, whatever that is. Sparkle 4 Tales, Tetris Effect Connected, The Falconeer. I don't know why some of these games are listed as Xbox One because they are not. But Liftoff Drone Racing, that one is. That's not the one I'm talking about. Gears Tactics. They've got Bright Memory and the Observer System Redux. Neither one of those work on Xbox One, so I don't know why they're listed here. Now, what's that, John?
I just went,
All right. Xbox Series X launch games. November 10th. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Borderlands 3. Bright Memory. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Evergate. For Honor. Gears Tactics. Maneater. Manifold Garden. NBA 2K21. Observer System Redux. Planet Coaster. Rogue Company. Space Lords. Tetris Effect Connected. The Falconeer. The Tourist. Warhammer Chaos Bane Slayer Edition, Watch Dogs Legion, WRC 9 FIA World Rally Championship. This list has Xbox Series X on here. That's not for the system. That is the system. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Those are all launch games for the Xbox Series X.
And how many of those can be played on Xbox One?
All but the two that I mentioned before, which was Observer System Redux and what was the other one?
memory.
Yes, Bright Memory.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
When those games do come out, could I launch my Xbox One and go to the store and buy them?
Yes, you can buy them now.
Do they specify that they only work on Series X?
Yes, if you try to buy it. So Bright Memory is $8. So I was going to go buy it just to have it for launch. And when you hover over the purchase button, it says, this game does not work on this console.
Okay. At least they're doing that.
Yes, it is warning you that this game will not work on the console you're using. Devil May Cry does the same. Devil May Cry is also not on Xbox One, the special edition.
Hmm.
So they will specifically say that there. Like, hey, this doesn't work on this system. I don't know about PS5. I haven't looked at that yet.
I
'Cause
would
I don't
really
have a PS.
hope that they would.
From what I've seen, the whole library system, game library system, is a bit balked on the new UI, but I'll need some cleaning up. So
Now,
who knows?
The issue is that with PlayStation 4, say I'm on my PlayStation 4 looking at games and I see Miles Morales, I have to make sure I specify which version of Miles Morales I want to get.
not
Yep.
with this, not with that one, because that one gets the free upgrade.
Okay, well, what else is there?
We'll do
Oh,
PlayStation 5.
Sackboy.
I don't know if
Sackboy.
Sackboy does. I think it. I'd imagine all the first party games do, right?
Oh yeah. No, to be fair, yeah, you probably do get the if you bought it on PS4, then you'd probably get the PS5 version for free. So you would think anyway.
You would hope.
Or maybe Valhalla. How about that?
Valhalla
That's getting
is
an
a free-
upgrade.
yeah, it's a free upgrade.
They've said that.
It seems like they're doing free upgrades for most of it then.
Unless you, of
Most.
course, control.
There's games that, like Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, you have to rebuy that game. You don't get an upgrade. But
How
you
come
can.
no one kicked off about that like they did Control, did they?
I really don't. I don't understand the internet. Sometimes people do shitty things and they get called out while other people do shitty things. It's like
It's like exactly the same thing. It's a special edition. It's got the DLC, but you have to have that version because the old version isn't getting upgraded. That's just the same as shitty move.
it is. It absolutely
Now,
is.
Capcom get a pass.
I mean, I don't know. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Also, quite
PlayStation-
funny that Control got delayed.
The Ultimate Edition got delayed. Yes.
yeah. That's like, oh dear.
PlayStation 5 launch. We've got a lot of the same stuff. Borderlands 3, Planet Coaster, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Bug Snacks, Astro's Playroom, Demon Souls, Devil May Cry 5, Dirt 5, For Honor, Fortnite, Godfall, Maneater, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, NBA 2K21, Observer System Redux, Overcooked All You Can Eat, Sackboy A Big Adventure, The Pathless, Warhammer Chaos Bane Slayer Edition, Watch Dogs Legion, and WRC9 FIA World Championship. So there you go. There's a lot of games here, and a lot of them don't make you feel like a launch because a lot of these upgrades are free. So if you own Borderlands 3, do you remember how impactful that used to be when you went from like a PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, and the game that was on PlayStation 2 was a new SKU on PlayStation 3, and it seemed like a new game, and now because we're getting that upgrade for free, it doesn't feel like a new game.
Well, I think I mean, you go back just to last generation and you think, well, games that weren't on the PS3 there did seem like there was more, on the PS4 that weren't on the PS3. There seems like there were more of those than there are now. But again, I think that's just the nature of how we are as a game buying public. We expect slightly different things now, and the fact that these games are available on either platform and a majority of them are coming over for free if you buy one version and want to upgrade to the next, I think that's great. It's more value for money, and hopefully will, at least for the time being, bring an end to remasters, because that was always a problem.
So just to kill your nostalgia, John, you're wrong. I'm going to read you the PS4 launch lineup. You ready?
Oh, okay, go on then.
Angry Birds Star Wars,
Ooh.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Call of Duty Ghosts, FIFA 14, Battlefield 4, Just Dance 2014, Injustice Gods Among Us, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden NFL 25, NBA 2K14, Sony First Party Games, Flower, Killzone, Knack, Resogun, Sound Shapes, Escape Plan, and Flow. Indie titles Contrast, Pinball Arcade, Farsight Studios, Super Motherload, and Warframe. That was your PS4 launch lineup.
But they were more games that were on the PS4 only.
No, you're wrong.
Well, you just read off about 10 games.
No. What
Did
10
you say-
games?
Did you say Need for Speed?
No.
Need for Speed Rivals was a launch title.
That was also on PS3.
Was it?
Pretty sure. All these games were cross-gen. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, FIFA, Battlefield, all the EA stuff was.
Hmm.
Are you
Just
sure?
reel off
'Cause I don't see it on this list, Drew.
I remember that was one of the first games I bought. Like it came with I got Knack, I got that, and I got Killzone.
Attack,
Oh.
Killzone,
Need for Speed Rivals. Yeah, here it is. Sorry. Skylanders was
Don't
also.
tell me my business, Devil Woman.
The list I looked at first was wrong. I'll read you this official list. Angry Birds Star Wars, Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4, Blacklight, Retribution, it was a beta, Call of Duty Ghost, Contrast, DC Universe Online, Dive Kick, FIFA 14, Flower, Injustice, Just Dance 2014, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14, Need for Speed Rivals, Playroom, Resogun, Skylander Swap Force, Sound Shapes, Super Motherload, Trine 2, and Warframe. Woo! Not a lot of quality there.
It was quantity.
I mean, I just announced more for PS5 than PS4.
Yeah, but you've just announced the games are only available for PS4.
No. A lot of those games I just told you were on both.
Which ones were just PS4?
Killzone,
Killzone,
Knack,
Knack.
Sound Shapes,
nope,
Resogun,
Sound Shapes was cross-buy, so was Flower.
Contrast,
Contrast.
was.
Okay, so that's 3.
Need for Speed.
I thought Need for Speed was on PS3.
I don't think it was.
Let me look it up.
What was that other one? That was Resogun. That was only on PS4.
Okay, so far you've got 4.
That's double the amount that we've got this year.
No, it is not, John. Only available on PS5. Astro's Playroom, Devil May Cry 5, Special Edition, Demon Souls. Okay?
Right.
Pathless,
Don't know what that is.
Observer, System Redux,
Okay, let's take out games
Planet
that
Coaster.
don't already exist. You can't have Devil May Cry
You
and Observer.
cannot put that on there. Your statement was games that are not available on the PS3.
Devil May Cry and Observer are available on the PS4.
Not those versions.
That's not what I said. I said games, not versions of games.
Still only available there.
Need for Speed Rivals was also on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
You are welcome. You're acting like it's this big, massive change when it's really not.
I'm just saying that there was... I don't know why we're arguing about this anyway, but...
Because people have rose-tinted glasses for past console launches. They think they're amazing, and 99% of the time, console launches suck a fat testicle.
The last decent console launch that I was any part of was Super Nintendo, I think.
Fuck off. Dreamcast is one of the best launches ever.
I never had a Dreamcast.
Just because you don't have things don't mean it ain't
I said
good.
I was involved in.
But you don't matter. Godfall is also only on PS5, so eat another testicle.
Godfall.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, that's another one that's only on PS5, yeah.
Yeah. Eat it. I'm sure there's like
Yeah.
fucking 20,000 indie games that nobody cares about to be out next week. I didn't even read the Switch games. Do you care?
Is there anything good?
Life of Boris coming out.
I don't know then.
Nintendo wouldn't be stupid enough to put a game out next week, right? The big game.
Nah, well, Pikmin was the last big game this year. Oh no, they got the
Zelda.
Zelda, the Zelda Heroes thing, haven't they? Yeah.
I'm looking at the Switch release list, and I am seeing Santa's Christmas Adventure.
That's a banger right there.
Oh, it's not even like a heavy week for Switch. I mean, there's a lot of shit, but not as normal amount of shit.
It's next week like the biggest for releases. Like
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
rest
Call
of
of
the year.
Duty comes out, so yeah.
Yeah.
The answer
I
is
guess
yeah. If
after-
Call of Duty's out, then the answer is yes.
I guess that after that we're going to December, aren't we, when your Cyberpunk hits?
Well, Zelda is the week after the
Mm.
20th, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, and you've got that other oh no, I was gonna say you got that other Ubisoft one, but that's also I think
December. Immortals
December,
Phoenix
isn't it?
Rising
Yeah.
is December. Yep.
What a shit name. I can't believe they went from Gods and Monsters, which was a relatively okay name, to that. It's terrible.
I mean, everything's name kind of sucks. We just get over it.
Yeah, I don't like the way they spelt Phoenix.
Is it like
John-
Marcus?
And it's not even like Marcus. It's with an F, but it's F. It's got a Y and it's FENYX, I think.
John's just the king of first world problems today. I don't like how you spell that.
Well, I just don't.
Fuck off. I don't like how you spell that, you dick.
I just don't.
Let's do some news. If you would like to buy a PlayStation 5 this week, you're going to have to do it online.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, luck.
Sony has announced that there will be consoles available on Thursday, November 12th, but you will not be able to purchase them in any retail environment. You'll have to get them off the interwebs.
Yeah,
Like
smart
at
move, I guess.
Sony.com kind of thing, or at retail
It
store?
can be any of the retailers that have stock. It's just you can't go into Best Buy and buy one on launch day.
Gotcha.
I think that's a smart move because otherwise you are going to get people camped out there for
I mean, the
hours on
fuckers are
end.
going to be camped out to pick up their console anyway. And I don't know if you all saw the Notre Dame game last night, but that was not some social distancing.
Yeah.
I had to watch the Notre Dame game because it ran late and it interrupted Saturday Night Live. So then I watched the entire college along with all the players run onto the field and hug.
Yeah, well, they're all immune, aren't
I mean, sure.
they?
What else is going on in the news? People stripping out comments from the Todd Howard interview, trying to make headlines. All that's just dumb. There's nothing in there we didn't already know. If you want to play Dragon Quest XI S, there's a demo out for just about everything, and your progress will carry over. So if you plan on playing that this year. The Xbox Series S. So we have the hard drive space available for all the consoles at launch. The PS5 will have 667 gigabytes available for you to use.
So, in other words, 2 Call of Duty games.
It is worth noting that you cannot cold store PS5 games on an external hard drive.
Not yet, anyway.
And you also cannot expand the PS5's hard drive internally at launch.
And that sucks.
Not being able to cold store sucks more for me because, like,
Yeah. Well, I think. I mean, I'm sure both of those things will happen, but yeah, the fact that it's not on launch is a bit.
especially with only 600 gigs out the box.
Yeah. The
The Xbox Series S, if you pick it up, has 364 gigabytes of usable storage space.
So 1 Call of Duty game.
And the Xbox Series X has 812 gigabytes.
So 4 Call of Duty games.
Yes.
3.
Which nobody on this show, outside of John, plays Call of Duty games, so that's a
I
roll-
don't. I haven't played a Call of Duty game in 2 years. I didn't play the last one at all. I'm
Okay.
very shocked.
So there you go. So you don't have to worry about it. Hopefully
No,
Call of
I
Duty
don't.
lets you just download like the single player. That'd be cool.
Right.
Isn't that meant to happen this time round, where you can pick what you download first or something? I don't know.
I mean, it'll get there.
The good
Hopefully
thing
so.
is if
I mean,
you get Call of Duty on Series X, you don't have to install the zombies mode yet because it doesn't come out for another year.
oh yes, true.
EA has announced their upgrades for their current gen games. John, this is what we were referring to earlier. Apex Legends is getting a boost of up to 1440p in terms of performance with additional enhancements set for 2021, as well as crossplay with multiple systems. The Sims
Is that
4,
not happening yet?
it says 2021. That's what I just said.
No, I mean, like, I thought they would have been crossplay already.
I think that's in beta. I don't think it's launched.
Okay.
The Sims 4 base game, as well as its expansion packs, will be on Xbox Series X and Series S with improved frame rates and loading times. That's all it says. Madden 21 and FIFA 21 will run smoothly, but more akin to, in Series S, but more akin to their performance on Xbox One S and One X respectively. Madden's upgrade is coming in December. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered will be out. It'll receive a bump in performance, which I don't even like. That's such a generic statement because I'm pretty sure the One X already runs it at 60. So now,
By the way, when they say that bumping performance, they just basically mean whatever the console does to it.
Star Wars Squadrons is getting improvements on Xbox Series X and Series S only. It is getting bumped to 4K 60 for fidelity mode, and I think it's 1440p 120. So Squadrons will run at 120 on Series X, but the PS5 version doesn't get that upgrade.
Why, I wonder?
I have no clue. Maybe it's just not ready yet? Mm-hmm.
Well, we know the PS5 can run at 120, can't it? Because I'm sure that's already been confirmed.
There's got to be a game. The only games I've seen running at 120 are Ori, the Falconeer, and Gears of War multiplayer.
And Dirt 5.
You haven't seen that yet. Because
No,
that
but it
patch
does,
was not
it does-
available yet.
Yeah, that will happen though. That is at launch.
Yes.
They are running at 120.
Yes, I need to see that game. I reviewed that game, and the entire review, I was like, man, I want to see this on my Series X.
I will. That'll be a game I definitely pick up at some point. The Dirt series has always been fun.
Yep.
But apparently, Forza Horizon 4 looks incredible with
Because
its
they got
upgrade.
Panic Button to do the upgrades. You saw what those guys did with Switch. Imagine what they're going to do with fucking... Xbox Game Pass, also, don't forget this week, guys, if you got Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you also get EA Play on Tuesday. It's just included in your subscription now. And to celebrate the occasion,
Yeah, I was going to say, you're about to say
Star
what I was.
Wars Jedi Fallen Order is joining EA Play on Tuesday.
Excellent game.
So
Is
Now
that
you
getting any upgrades?
the 60 FPS mode now runs locked 60.
Ah, nice.
So that's the only upgrade I know of.
Well, that's still pretty good.
EA also had an event this weekend called N7 Day. Maybe you've heard of it. Boy, talk about a badly timed announcement, huh? The news cycle wasn't possibly dominated by anything else on November 7th.
It's the only day
But-
they can do it, though.
But they have announced that a new Mass Effect is coming. It's in development with the veteran team, and the worst kept secret in gaming, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which contains all 3 single-player campaigns, all the single-player DLC, is coming in 2021.
Yeah, hey.
So,
Although I'm excited to see how that looks. I wonder if they are doing more than just visual enhancements for the controls and stuff for the first one, because that did not control well, and I can imagine that felt like an old game when Drew and I played that for Phoenix Down. That felt like an old game. So I wonder if they're going to update anything to make that a little bit more pleasant to play in 2021.
excuse me.
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't know. I will be interested to see over the next couple months developers making patches for all of their games for these new consoles, which the Mass Effect trilogy did say that it would be taking advantage of Series X and PlayStation 5.
Well, so it should at that point. It'll be 6 months into its launch.
But there's only one request that I have, and I've had it since the beginning of time. Namco Bandai, if you don't get off your fucking ass
Tekken 7.
and upgrade Tekken 7 to something beyond a 720p resolution on the Xbox, you're on Season Pass 6, okay? Like, upgrade the fucking game. Okay? Microsoft software wizard somehow made Fallout run double the frame rate. You can up the resolution on my Tekken 7. Okay, do it. If you do it, Bandai Namco, I'll buy your season passes. Okay,
I
deal.
don't think they're listening.
Shut up, John. Oh, I mean, what other news do you need than this week? Fucking Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 5 is out this week. This is the last podcast where we have to play on these old junked up consoles.
These Atari 2600s.
These slow ass CPU bound fucking consoles. We can finally play a game. I don't know if I'm going to be missing it or if I'm going to be happy that I can't look at my phone anymore during a loading screen.
Yeah, that's the thing that's impressing me most. A lot of these loading screen comparisons, it's quite staggering. That's SSD goodness is going to be a joy to behold, or not as it may be.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm literally my phone. If you want to test your phone, have the first week of November of 2020 every week, because I have absolutely abused my phone between refreshing that thing and then looking for my systems to be shipped.
Are you one of those F5 kind of guys?
Hell yeah!
Refresh.
I'm loading my Best Buy app every 5 seconds. Like, did it ship? Did it ship? Did it ship? It needs to ship. Because I know a lot of people can look at it and see if their card was charged, but see, both places I bought it, I paid up front. So
well, then once you've done that, you'll then have the game of refreshing to see where it is when you're tracking it.
Motherfucker, I have that UPS map thing that'll show me where it's at. And if the motherfucker's like, your stop is next, I'm gonna chase him down the block. Fucker, you best bring me my box.
Well, some people have already been getting them, I see.
Yes, Walmart fucked up. If you got one from Walmart, you might have got it. Actually, one of the people that I know on Twitter got his on Friday. His Xbox Series X, because Walmart just fucking sent it to him.
Well, there you go. It wouldn't be a console launch without one of the big sellers accidentally sending them out early, would it?
Yeah. Well, you definitely ain't getting one early from Microsoft, because they have a restriction on UPS that the driver's not even allowed to deliver it until November 10th.
Wow.
So and the thing is, I know Drew's the same, John, you're the same way. When we were ordering these things, we weren't worried about who we were ordering it from, because we were just worried about, getting one.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, well, I set my Best Buy to store pickup. I was like, motherfucker, I was just happy to get the car to load.
Yeah.
Well, feel sorry for us in the UK. For those that pre-ordered them in store, as I said, we're in a lockdown. All of the shops are now shut. So basically, if you had ordered one, and they will be until December. So if you had ordered one in store at, say, for example, Game, which is UK's biggest game retailer, so if you did it in store, chances are you did it there, you had to go in last week between Monday and Wednesday and pay for it. And there is a 6-hour window on the launch days where you can go in and do a click and collect, and that's it. So that sucks.
Well, truth be told, we're in a goddamn pandemic, so y'all motherfuckers that decided you wanted to pick up your system in store, shame on you.
Yeah, well, yeah, admittedly. That's why I did mine online, but...
This is why we can't this is why we're in second lockdown, John.
Yes, it is, yes.
Because y'all can't just stay home.
That's the thing, is John even just saying that stores completely shut down, that has yet to happen here.
It happened for 3 months already. The only stores that were allowed to stay open are essential stores, so supermarkets, shops.
We had
like
that for about a month here.
We had it about here. 2 weeks down here.
Yeah, we had it from March through to June, and through July pretty much, and then it's now gone as of Thursday, it went back into lockdown until the 3rd of December, I think. So again, only essential stores are allowed to open, and businesses. So no restaurants, no cinemas, nothing like that. So we are back on pretty much full lockdown again.
Well, that's because you fuckers can't stay home or order your
Yeah,
stuff
no,
online.
absolutely, yeah. It's absolutely sucks, and
Well,
I think the
neither
sooner
can
people
we. I mean,
realise that they
you want
follow
to
the
go catch a
rules
Notre
of
Dame game?
What's that?
I said, neither can we. You want to go catch a Notre Dame game?
No, thank you. Oh, I think that's all the news I got. I don't have any emails. I do have some tweets, though. I can read
Okay.
some tweets. This first one comes from David. He says, T-minus, I have no clue when my PS5 from Target arrives. Anywhere from the 13th to the 18th. Right now trying to decide if I will jump on for the 2 for 3 games at Target. Have a great week of gaming, guys. Yeah, by the way, Target's doing buy 2, get 1 free.
When will you get them? Who knows?
Look, I don't know. Who knows? I think Amazon matched it too, so the only exception is you cannot buy Sony first-party games.
Because they're $70.
Well, so you also, because those are the ones you want. You want to get Spider-Man, Demon Souls, and Sackboy or something. Yeah, can't do that. So, yes, it's going to be a good week. I took Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, so if UPS or FedEx, you fuck me, well, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, I've took Tuesday off just so I can take in the delivery because that ain't fitting through my letterbox.
I work from home, so I can take delivery. Oh,
Yeah, no.
just wait on this motherfucker to knock on the door, and then at work I'll be like, I am currently away from my desk.
You'll be like a loyal dog all day Tuesday, sat at the door waiting for his master to come home.
And
I'm just saying.
I don't understand your point there.
You're a
It's
master
true.
of these video game companies.
That's right.
Or a slave to them.
I am. I get out on the internet and I make fun of people who like other consoles.
Yep, that's true.
I'm, emotionally invested in video games. Ben writes in, hello! What games are you getting for the new systems? I've got Demon Souls ordered for the PS5, but I'll just be playing my backlog and Game Pass games on my Series X.
That is exactly what I'll be doing.
I've pre-ordered Valhalla.
I already have that. I will not buy Demon Souls.
There's nothing much. I mean, I'm getting a Series X, so the first game I'm playing on my Series X is more than likely going to be Sunset Overdrive or Phoenix Down.
I told everybody that I cannot boot up the Series X and the first game I play not be
Overwatch.
Of course.
I mean, come on.
Is Overwatch getting anything?
No. I mean, what else can it do? It's already 4K 60.
That's true.
I mean, what's it going to do, Drew? I mean,
120.
but it can't because then it's unfair for people who are not playing
That's true.
on Series X.
That's true.
So, like, it might get the auto HDR, which is something I feel like nobody's even paying attention to. You know how awesome that is?
That is pretty awesome. But what does Overwatch doesn't have HDR support at this point?
No, it doesn't.
Well,
It's 4K 60, but it doesn't have HDR. I don't
That
think any
art
Blizzard
style-
game has HDR.
That art style is perfect for HDR.
Well, I hope it works because
Yeah.
I was watching Digital Foundry videos on my TV through the Roku app on YouTube. And, actually I was watching Jeff Grubb. Shout out to Jeff Grubb. That dude has been doing the best content for these new consoles, in my opinion.
I don't even know who he is.
Awesome dude. He works for GamesBeat. Go follow him on Twitter. He's awesome. He put up a 30-minute video of him running back compat titles on the Series X in HDR.
Nice.
And I sat there and I watched that whole 30 minutes and I'm like, God damn. That's some good looking video games. You see Ikaruga and fucking Batman Arkham Knight running in HDR. Ooh.
I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, go check this. Like a 30-minute video. Jeff Grubby Grubb.
I have seen Geometry Wars player.
Yeah,
too.
he has Geometry Wars on that
Oh,
video
that
too.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that pops, doesn't it? It's like really good.
To answer Ben's question for me, if there's a game I'm going to buy that they don't send me for some reason, it would be Spider-Man. I'd definitely buy Spider-Man.
I will, but I'm obviously not getting a PlayStation 5 at launch. But I'll although I could get it on the PS4, I'll wait and get it on the. I'll be one of the games I get with my PS5 when I do get one.
I've got to fight the FOMO. I've got to fight the Zeitgeist. I cannot
Good
buy
luck with that.
Demon Souls. I cannot buy Demon Souls.
You'll buy Demon Souls,
I know what'll happen. I'll play it for an hour and I get
and then
mad
you'll
at
never
it,
put it in.
and I'll never play it again, and it's a
Yeah.
waste of $70 for me.
You'll buy it.
No.
Yeah, you'll.
No.
Full
You'll watch one video of it
disclosure.
looking really cool.
Yeah, full disclosures. To me, Demon Souls is the best of that entire series.
Yeah, I know, Drew. You beat Demon Souls.
No, I beat Dark Souls.
Whatever. But
I have seen some
can't.
stuff this week of their character creator. Boy, that's different.
Well, there was a 12-minute video of it on State of Play yesterday.
Yeah, you can actually make a character that doesn't look like a sack of potatoes. That's pretty good.
I'm not buying. Oddhead
You're
says,
kidding.
"Shut up, Drew." Oddhead says, while waiting for Cyberpunk and PS5, I am replaying Deus Ex: Human Revolution. Still a solid game. Do you think Cyberpunk will be buggy and full of glitches when it launches? I remember Witcher 3 being performing poorly on my PC when it first came out, and I have a ballin' PC. Oddhead also says, bye, Felicia.
I think there'll be. I think there'll be issues with that. I don't think they'll. It'll go smoothly completely, but hopefully, I can remember there being, especially on console as well. He says about PC, but there were some issues with console with bugs and performance. But they got resolved, so I still think they'll support it long term, even if it doesn't launch super smooth.
I'm going to tell you right now. Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One and PS4 is going to be a goddamn dumpster fire.
You think?
Absolutely. That's why it's been delayed so long. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't get those versions running well.
Do we think it gets delayed again?
I do.
I actually think. I mean, even though that it's only 2-3 weeks, I think it gets delayed until next year.
Yeah, I'm all on the Cyberpunk as a 2021 game at this point.
I still think it's going to be this date.
You think it's going to be, was it December 7th?
10th, somewhere around there. 8th, 9th, 10th.
I don't know. I can't keep.
You
Here's the
think they can
thing.
make it?
Here's the thing. When Cyberpunk is in my Xbox and I can hit boot, that's when I'll believe that it's out. No, I was in the minority last week. Drew and Anthony both believed Cyberpunk was coming out on this new.
I don't know. I would. I think. Well, it's only 3 weeks. I would say, you know what? That's not getting another delay. But it's just been. I mean, it was delayed 3 weeks from being released, 2 weeks from being released. They still could delay it again, and I wouldn't put money on it not happening.
I just don't have any faith on that game coming out. It's been too many delays, so I'm just at the point now where I'm like, yeah, it'll be delayed again.
It'll be interesting because their stock price took a massive hit when they delayed it. So maybe there's going to be financial pressure on them not to delay it again. So there's always that. But I do want to play it. I am going to probably wait until the performance reviews come out, though, because it might be one of those games where I think, you know what, let's just wait until it gets an Xbox Series X upgrade that's meaningful. We'll wait and see. But I am looking forward to that game.
The last tweet, I believe, comes from Vitor. He says, what games would you guys recommend to get children 5 to 6 years old into gaming for Nintendo and Sony consoles? Also, fuck Trump, cry, mo, wee woo, baby, you lost bitch.
Tell you what, that makes more sense than most of the stuff that guy's tweeted this past couple of days.
I'm just glad we can all ignore it.
Yeah,
forward.
so good.
Truthfully.
No longer is he as soon he will no longer be the official spokesperson of the White House. That bloody account and then everyone hopefully will not follow his normal account.
That is his normal account.
Is it really? I thought it was like an official one.
No.
Oh God! Wow.
But video games for 5 to 6 year olds. This
Lego.
seems yeah. I feel
Anything
like
that's got Lego in the title is pretty good.
my kid hates Lego games.
No, well, yeah, but you taught him that, so.
No, I just gave him options.
I think they're great because of the co-op, and I think they do well with the split screen stuff. If you like Lego and that kind of thing, they're great for kids, especially younger kids. Also, I think Plants vs Zombies is actually quite good for the shooting, like for younger children. Because it's got that it's got good, satisfying action, but there's no guns in it. There's no guns. There's no blood. It's just flowers and sweet corn popping zombies. It's actually a lot of fun, especially for children.
The games my child loves. Minecraft. Every kid likes Minecraft. My kid did love Roblox, so I didn't let him play it anymore. They have no content filter on that thing. So, like, he was seeing shit he shouldn't have seen. So we shut down Roblox. The kids do love Roblox. Goat Simulator.
Kids still love that.
He fucking adores it. He's probably got more hours in that than I do Overwatch, just FYI. Tabs. But I don't think that's on Sony or Nintendo. Probably will be eventually.
What's that, sorry?
Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
Oh, okay.
What exactly is that?
It's set up 2 armies and let them go, and they're like wobbly, fucking like Octodad characters falling into each other.
Gotcha.
What's on Xbox?
It's on PC and Xbox on like Game Preview. It's not even out yet. So he loved it so much that he found a game that was like it on the Switch.
Oh.
So he could play it because there's only
what game
one
was that
Xbox.
then? Because you could recommend that one.
Make War? I think it's what it's called.
Make War.
My child went through the entire eShop, which you know what that's like.
God, yes, a dumpster fire.
Yeah. He went crazy.
Well done.
Looking for a game that looked like it, and then he found it, saved up his allowance, bought it.
Oh,
so
that's cute.
But yeah, that's Ghost Simulator. I mean, my dude loves Minecraft. Like, absolutely obsessed with Minecraft. He watches people play Minecraft. So that's the game, man. That's the one I tell you. Like, I feel it's the safest game to let kids play. It's like endless to let kids play. It's also good for their creative juices. Like, he's getting into
And it's on everything.
Yeah, it's on everything. And like, if he has friends that he can play with, then I know a lot. I know we don't let our kid get online, but some parents do. So, if your kids get online, pretty much anybody can play Minecraft anywhere. So
there you go.
Hard not to recommend that game wholeheartedly. So, and it's not like it's expensive. It's like $20-$30 on everything.
Yeah, it's relatively cheap now.
So
and I was gonna say if you've got an Xbox, it's free on that, but Sony and Switch.
Yeah. So there you go. That's all the tweets I have. I'm tired. I'm ready for a week of shiny new boxes. It's just one more day.
A long day.
Very long day. But it's just one more day. I will end the show by saying that I hope everybody gets the one they want. I hope they get it on time. And I hope they enjoy the shit out of it, because from the way it's looking, next generation of consoles is going to be pretty fucking cool.
Whichever one you get.
Yeah, doesn't matter. They're both fast. They're both powerful. They both got a shitload of games with back compat. Enjoy yourselves, bitches. Anyway, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at N4G Podcast. You can follow John at John WK, Drew at Drew Leachman. You can follow the site at ZTGD Content. You can follow Drew's Phoenix Down podcast at ZTGD Phoenix Down. Y'all just Sunset Overdrive.
Yep, Sunset Overdrive.
I wonder if that'll have auto HDR, because that'd be one that would benefit from that as well.
I wish they would uncap the frame rate on that sumbitch.
Yeah, that would also be good.
Yeah. Actually, it does have auto HDR. Somebody tested it, so it does have it. I think the only game that's like even, what's the word I'm looking for, like remotely known that didn't have it was Cameo.
Oh, and GTA 4 apparently.
Because it caused issues with GTA 4.
Yeah.
So, like, those are the only two games that I can even think of that people have tested that didn't have auto HDR. How nobody tested Overwatch, I don't know. I will be the first.
On Tuesday.
I will be the first. It's the first game I boot up is over. I'll tell you another thing I'm really looking forward to with Overwatch on the Series X is that decreased latency shit that they got in there.
Oh, yeah, they've decreased. Yes, they said they've managed to be able to decrease the latency between the controller and the console, which is cool.
I am the motherfucker that plugs in the cable when I play Overwatch.
Oh God,
that's how serious I am to nailing my headshots with my millisecond timing. Okay,
yeah.
So I can't wait to see how that pans out. So, but that's it for this week. You guys sit around, download your UPS app, watch your packages come, and next Sunday we can finally talk about the next generation because, Sony and Microsoft were sending out consoles to people who don't even like video games instead of us. I get one last jab. I get one last jab before these things come out.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want them to treat us special, would you?
I mean, why would you send consoles to people who are going to get on and be excited about them? That's stupid.
Yeah, stupid. But the problem is that we don't get on anywhere and be excited about them other than here. I think YouTube's where it all happens.
Motherfucker, they sent one to Keeley and all he did was tweet a TikTok.
Yeah, but he's Keeley. Keeley gets sent everything.
I'm just making a point, John. Shut up. Keeley.
But you know what annoys me is that they sent you an Xbox One X for review.
They did. Yes.
The only reason they sent that is because they were sent your review one is because they knew they needed to be out there for people to try it because it was an unknown quantity, a mid-step console. Now they've got one that's coming, a brand new one coming out. They don't bloody send you one, do they?
Well, the thing, it doesn't bother. Like, I jest and I joke about this because if I feel like everybody on my timeline got one. I got no problem with content creators getting them. I've got no problem with reviewers and journalists getting them. I'm seeing people who just work at like Twitch that are not streaming them or promoting them getting them.
It just pissed me off because it was one rule for the last one because they wanted it out there. They wanted people who wrote about video games and spoke about video games to have them because it was a console they were taking a chance on. So they got them out there to everybody. And because they don't need to this time because it's a whole brand new generation, they kind of, well, you're not good enough for this. And that's what annoys me. It's like, be consistent. Don't do it because well, again, it's marketing, isn't it? See, today I was going to say, don't do it just because it benefits you. Well, that's exactly what they do.
The funny thing is I work in my real job in marketing. So, like, watching what they're doing, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand your thought process behind this. I was like, but truthfully, we're also going to talk about it. So if you had enough to, send out to people who aren't even gonna talk about it, that's kind of where I'm like, eh.
But at least our listeners know that when we talk about it, we're talking about it because we bought them with our own hard-earned money.
My bank account's so angry at me this week.
No kidding.
So Drew, I bought both, and then ended up buying an extra controller for each, and then also bought a charger for the DualSense because nothing charges that except for a DualSense charger.
Yeah.
That's been a lot. And I haven't even bought any games yet. Like I'm waiting to see. Like most of the Xbox stuff is on Game Pass, or I already own it, so I'm good.
Yeah, Gears Tactics will be on Game Pass, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, Tetris Effect is on Game Pass.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, oof, that's good.
Yeah. I got Yakuza, Assassin's Creed, and Dirt 5, so I got those. PS5, it's like, well, Spider-Man faux show. I'm assuming Sony's going to send us one. Demon Souls, Jay asked for that, so I was like, yep, I'm not going to play it. Ryan's doing Godfall, so I don't have to deal with that travesty. So, thank God those guys got PS5s. Otherwise, I would have to do all those games too, and I just... Because neither you or Drew or Anthony's not buying a new console.
No.
Like, none of you guys are buying the PS5, so, like, the fact that they have like 4 or 5 games that we need to review, I'm like, thank God somebody else has got a system.
Slightly evenly-ish.
But anyway, as I said, enjoy your shit this week. Hopefully, just like everything else that happened this week, we can have the internet be a little quieter. I'm not saying it's going to go away.
No, it's not.
I'm just saying it might get a little quieter. Which...
And if it doesn't, don't worry, you'll be too busy playing on your new consoles to even look at Twitter.
Absolutely. I don't give a shit. Although I'll have to look at it when I go back to work on Monday. Anyway, that's the show. Unless anybody has anything else, we'll get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
Nope.
Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.
Epic fail. Welcome to the N4G podcast. Zero tolerance.
This is going to be a very interesting episode.
Gather time.
Greetings, programs. I got lost trying to find my way to the secret underground N4G Radio lair.
The Wombat. And
Always with being angry.
Killer Wolverine. Play games, not consoles. No fanboys allowed.
And then I killed the dragon. 8.0.